Hello everyone, Pallytime here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. In today's video, we are once again going to be playing as Rexxar. I put a decent amount of time into him over the weekend. He's sitting at level 8 right now. My micro on Misha is getting a little bit better, and my build, naturally, has changed as I've learned the character a little bit more, so I wanted to share that with you all today. Also, he looks like Batman with this skin, and I really enjoy that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Blackheart's Bay today. I really do love this skin tint. It is phenomenal. We are going to be going for a more jungly based build because we have 3 warriors on our team. We have Leoric, Anubarak, and Rexxar. Luckily, we don't have any supports to keep us alive, you know, so that's a thing, but we'll try not to worry about that. It looks like everyone's going up for vision. We are going up for Hunter-Gatherer at level 1, or going for it, rather. Hunter-Gatherer at level 1. Remember, this is still bugged as of the time of this recording, so if you actually want to get your regen globes, you have to be the one that picks them up, which is why solo lane is so advantageous for Rexxar right now. I'm going to move my microphone. Mental note to self, edit this the fuck out. Now we all get to know together whether or not my mental notes actually mean anything. Oh yeah. Okay, so looks like no one died for vision. That's usually a pretty good start. We're going to be going up against Leoric down in the bottom lane. We're just going to harass him a little bit. Misha can take a lot of damage in the early game, and we want to try to avoid that if at all possible. But if he's going to chase me down, I mean, we could just leave Misha right on top of him and basically push him out of lane. His healing in the early game is not going to match ours. Okay. I could actually just sit here and trade with Arthas at this point. The chests have spawned and I didn't notice, so let's go in on this. I don't know where Misha was going there at all. I do feel as though my micro on her, or my micro with her, I guess, has gotten a lot better. But sometimes I have no idea what she is doing, and I have no problem admitting that. Like for right there, for instance, I think being crowd controlled actually messes up your command of Misha a little bit still. I know some people have reported if you get hooked on stitches, so say I'm controlling Rexxar. This is camera lock, by the way. I use this all the time. This is on the space bar. Some people don't get that. Or I guess it's not camera lock, that's on your L key, but this is centering your camera with the space bar. I use this all the time. I know some people have been reporting bugs where if you get hooked by a stitches, if your Rexxar gets hooked, your camera will then center on Misha until you die, which is the strangest bug I have ever seen. 2-minute mark, coin camps are going to start to spawn, so we're just going to make our way over to a coin camp and pick this up before the enemy team can even notice, before they can do anything about it. Since I lost the bot chest, I feel like it's necessary for me to do this. We are going to be going for easy prey at level 4, which is going to increase Misha's damage to mercenary camps by 150%. It's also going to cut down on the damage that she takes from these mercenary camps, which is basically going to make her immortal to just about anything. At the 3-minute mark, the boss is going to spawn up at the top of Blackheart's Bay. I have gone up there and soloed it before at like level 6, or level 5, or whatever level I was at the time. That's not necessarily the best idea. It took me a really long time to kill that. And then immediately after I did, the enemy team just sent 3 people up there while still soaking every other lane. And they were able to kill it in no time. And keep in mind, like, the boss scales up as far as, like, its effectiveness as the game progresses. So a boss at, like, level 5 is really not going to do that much. He was just scratching at the towers. He didn't actually have any sort of an impact there. And if you were looking at my numbers down at the bottom of the screen, you can see that Leoric picked up that regen globe, and I did not gain it. I was actually looking at my numbers to make sure that was true. So yeah, we're going to be focusing on jungling in the early game. As we move into team fights, Misha is not going to be as tanky with this build, but she is still going to be pretty effective. This stun is super strong. I really don't think we're going to need that many stuns. We have a Murky on our team, so it's not like we have to worry about protecting him. And we have a Nazebo who can easily be protected by the rest of the team. Nazebo walking around with 4 coins, actually not turning those in. I'm not too sure why. We could try to push Arthas off of this, or at least back into his base. Looks like they're running off the enemy team's Jin Raynor, and they are going to pick up a kill there. And we're just going to push into these towers. I mean, there's really not much Arthas can do here. We are going to go for Birds of Prey at level 7, which is going to allow us to deal a significant amount of damage to NPCs, basically bosses, minions, and mercenary camps. I do not believe it does it to... Whoa. Hello. How you doing? Misha, you wanna... Okay. Alright. So there is a way to split up Misha to non-heroic enemies. So it does work on towers as well. So basically we're just using this as a pushing tool. Every 7 seconds we could throw out a bird and it'll deal some significant damage to a minion wave. You can see I'm trying to use Misha's charge to get in here and pick up regen globes for me. That's not necessarily required, but I'm just trying to get as many regen stacks as I possibly can. The chest have spawned once again. We're going to send Misha in on the enemy team's Zebo. Try to zone him out. Hit him with the owl. Slow him down. Going for a stun. Will our Zebo be able to pick up a kill? A beautiful zombie wall. Makes me think yes. And there we go. Beautiful. And I'm just going to go in, use the bird, get this regen globe, and go back to jungling. I'm feeling really nasally right now. Ugh. It's making this difficult. We are going to pick up these coin camps. Looks like they're trying to turn in. We do have numbers advantage there, though. Or we should. But I'll make my way down there anyway. Our Leoric is dead, but he's in that ghost form, so he's going to be able to stick over there and grant vision the entire time. I don't think they have enough for an actual bombardment. We're going to send in Misha on Tychus. Let's do that. Try to zone Tychus out of the side of the map. Going in with the stun. We are going to be able to slow him down. Now, can I out-trade a Tychus with a jungle build? I don't really know. Another bird going out is not going to hit, and we'll just go ahead and call Misha back. I don't know if he's going to follow me, but we should also be able to clear this camp out fast enough anyway. With the 2 jungling talents at level 4 and level 7, you really are an incredibly effective jungler. This is one of my favorite ways to actually play Rexxar. It does make him feel more like a specialist than a warrior, though. In fact, his build in general makes him feel more like a specialist than a warrior. I don't quite get it. I don't quite get his labeling. We are going to get this camp and then immediately be able to get another bombardment as long as our Anubarak goes in as well. Follow a ping. Ping more. that could easily be seen as disrespectful. I didn't mean it that way, though. We'll go ahead and get another bombardment off. Looks like a lot of stuff is happening up in the top lane, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. We're getting another objective. This is going to be quite useful. This is going to deal a significant amount of damage to the top defenses of the enemy team. Might actually kill it. And then at the same time, we are taking down the bottom defenses as well. We can continue to push with this because we know that the entirety of the enemy team is in the middle lane right now. Likely coming to us now, though. So we should probably back up. I'm going to ping the retreat here and just leave. Okay, so one of the microwave tricks you could do with Misha when you're going up against a Kael'thas, and it's actually pretty important to learn how to do pretty quick. So Misha will go wherever you right-click, right? Everyone knows this. She goes where you right-click. But she does not go where you where you attack move, is what I meant to say. She does not go where you attack move. So if this Kael'thas goes for Chain Bomb, and he likely will because it's the new hotness as far as talents go, I'll show you right after this fight's done. Trying to control Misha here. Trying not to overextend. For some reason, Murky put his egg right on top of the coin turnip. I wonder if that causes any interference with like target priority there. But here we go. Misha going in on the enemy Arthas. I'm trying to stay back here. I did already use my stun. So we're just going to call Misha back and then re-engage from another direction here. Our Anubarak does die in that fight. But here we go. Another stun going out on Misha is going to hit 2 members of the enemy team. Now trying to get her to focus on Arthas. Now switching over to the enemy team's Murky. And that's going to be some easy kills for the home team there. Okay, so Chain Bomb. If it's on you or Misha, you can split her up by telling her to go somewhere and then attack moving somewhere else. And as long as you don't get too far away, this actually, you can keep that kind of spacing. If you go too far away on Misha, she will leash back to you. But this is also a way that you could tell her to lead into combat. You could split yourselves up And then as you continue to move, she will lead as you go into combat together. And if you want it to go the other way, all you have to do is attack move, and for some reason, she likes to stay behind Rexxar. I haven't quite figured out why, but you know, these are little workarounds you could do for micro. At level 13, one of my talent choices that changed, I do this for both the Misha tanking build and the jungle build for Rexxar. I get Wildfire Bear. That actually gives you a deceptive amount of damage, and the fact that Misha is... Well, let's look at it this way. It benefits you in two drastically different situations. Misha is either going to be built to jump into fights and tank a ton of damage, or Misha is going to be built to jungle. And in both situations, it makes her more effective at both of those things. As you can see, we are able to solo the boss pretty much at any point in the game, but we could do it very fast once we get our level 4, level 7, and level 13 upgrades. We can also just pop her ultimate right now and kill this a little bit quicker. I'm getting a little nervous about the two guys under me here. We do have Kael'thas and Tychus right here. Hopefully they don't come to check this. The coin camps did spawn, which gave them enough of a reason to leave the top lane, and now we have a boss pushing. Nice. And we can go ahead and use our Q ability to completely own the fuck out of everything that they had going up here. It's doing almost 1,000 damage at level 14, and that's only going to continue to scale up. Now I'm going to be joining my team back at the coin turn-in. I have 10 coins. I probably should not have been soloing the boss when I had 10 coins. Just going to grab those regen orbs on the way because they are so useful. They really do help Rexxar out in a very, very big way. It looks like our Leoric's going to make it out of that fight. He's going to be just fine. And we're going to send Misha ahead to scout, and I'm going to turn in. Now, unfortunately, when you do turn in, it does count as an action, so Misha wants to come back to help you out. I really do think it would be so much easier just to give her her own individual controls. I mean, having the ability to tell her where to go at any given time rather than doing all this micro really just seems like a no-brainer to me. I don't really get it. I did pop Bestial Wrath there, trying to go in after this Arthas. It did not quite work out for me, but we're still continuing to chase. Looks like the friendly team's starting to back off a little bit, but we can continue to crowd control them before we leave. Not too big of a deal. Probably not the best idea to go for this camp right now, as the enemy team is starting to collapse all over the place down here. So we're not going to do that. At level 16, we are going to be picking up Feigned Death. This has a multitude of uses. A lot of people, myself included, when it first came out, I was thinking of it as just an ice block, which essentially is what it is. But it's an ice block that allows Abathur to still continue to cast Symbiote on top of your head. It's an ice block that allows you to still deal damage with Misha, which is super important. And it's an ice block that allows you to, well, this is normal, but you could also use it to interrupt things like Tyrael's Judgment or the Butcher's Charge. You could pop it right as the animation starts, and both of those characters will not continue to follow you, which is normal, by the way. We're going to send Misha in on top of this Nazebo, interrupting the Annihilating Spirit and allowing her to continue to deal damage to him. Nazebo is going to fall, now switching our attentions over to the enemy Tychus. We're going to hit him with an owl and slow him down, jump on top of him with Misha, and just continue to auto-attack him, take him out of this fight. He actually threw Misha towards him a little bit, which is going to allow me to have enough coins to turn in for the next bombardment. Once you get the control down of Misha, Rexxar starts to make a lot more sense. Also with this build, it's not as... I don't have to control as much with Misha, so we can focus on jungling a little bit more, which does feel really good on Rexxar. That does feel like it's what his intention was. With this build, I do miss out on the reduced cooldown on an aspect of the beast, or with aspect of the beast. That stun on Misha is so important in the middle of team fights, and with that talent, you can basically use it like every 4 or 5 seconds, I think, as long as she's continuing to attack her enemy, which is so strong, and adds to the survivability of Rexxar so much. But when we have so many warriors on our team, it's not as important. While all this is going on, while bombardments are happening and our team is just kind of moving around chasing stuff, I'm just focusing on getting this. I'm reinforcing our pushes very quickly, actually, extremely efficiently. I know Gazlo is really, really good at taking camps at any point in the game as well, but I'm barely using any mana. I'm not losing any health whatsoever, and we're able to do it at an amazing rate. So I really do think that Rexxar's jungling is better than Gazlow's by a significant margin. Kerrigan, right now, if you build her shield build with cleave at level 4, probably in the same ballpark as Rexxar. And Sonya, if she's built to jungle, probably in the same ballpark as Rexxar as well. I know people don't like it when I bash on Gazlow because, like, he has one job. Now, that being said, a Gazlow with Robo-Goblin is an amazing pusher, right? But still, I wouldn't say he's as effective at taking mercenary camps as Rexxar is right now. I hope all those words came out right. Do I want to go in on this? No, not really. We could have been sandwiched there pretty easily. We can't easily pick up this kill on Murky, though. The boss should be coming up soon, another 20 seconds. So I'm just going to make sure I'm in the area to pick that up again. I'm trying to get rid of any vision that the enemy team may have, which may have alerted them that I was in the area anyway. Looks like the friendly team may be turning in coins, so that's going to distract the majority of the enemy team. And now we're just going to sit here and grab this boss. Okay, so he actually spawns before the timer, but you can't deal damage to him before the timer. And we're just going to micro Misha here a little bit. Try to keep her out of all these stuns and things. Come back to me, Misha. Wait, no. I was predicting a stun before it happened. Now come back to me, Misha. There you go. So, the enemy team fighting down in the bottom lane. Should I be helping my team? You know, there's an argument for both of these things. We are going to pick up Spirit Bond at level 20, which is going to allow Misha to heal me, which is one of the only ways you can actually get healing on Rexxar. And that boss will start to push the top lane. It looks like we're actually winning that team fight down there too, so this is a pretty big double whammy to the enemy team right now. They're going to be hit by a bombardment for sure. Nazebo has 16, so they're going to be hit by a bombardment. They all just died, and they have a boss pushing the top lane. So this is looking like it's about to be the end of the line for the enemy team. They could definitely make a comeback here, but it's going to be difficult for them to do for sure. What do you know about that 1200 damage to a Murky Egg? I guess that actually counts as a minion. I did not know that. And I'm going to head down to the bottom lane to take this mercenary camp as Leoric is heading up to take that other mercenary camp. Basically, I'm just trying to control every single objective on the map that I can. And Rexxar is actually extremely good at doing that. Extremely good. Alright, let's line up for now. Almost 1300 damage with that. That's amazing. It looks like this bombardment already hitting the core and our giant already hitting the core. Actually, the bombardment didn't. But with Zebo and myself, we can turn this in and make this 100% confirmed victory. Nazebo doesn't want to do that, though. So it looks like we're going to push our faces into the core for a little while. Yeah, he just doesn't want to turn his coins in. Okay. Whatever. Guess if you want this to go on a little bit longer, it can. I mean, I can go get another 11 coins pretty quick. Gonna focus this down, get 2 more coins. Looks like Nazebo intentionally trolling our team, which is good. I mean, I've done that before too, though, so who am I to say? But I did it with my team's permission. Like, every time I've gotten 100 coins on this map, or, you know, high 70s or whatever I got, I always did it with the grace of my team. This guy's just... I wonder if he's gonna cancel it. Oh, what a dick! What a fucking asshole. No matter. No matter. We can go get some more mercenary camps and get this going. Or we could contest the enemy team that is likely going to the coin turn-in right now. I think I will do just that. Okay, he actually turned him in this time, so that's going to be a good game. Here comes Salami. I wanted to show off the... I'm going to go ahead and feign death here. Misha just got completely annihilated. I would have too if I didn't feign death. I wanted to show the split for the living bomb, but I actually didn't have too much of a chance to do that, as I actually wasn't in the majority of these team fights. But there you go, guys. That is my jungling Rexxar build. As you can see, it's pretty damn effective. You don't do as much in team fights, and Misha does become a lot more vulnerable in team fights, so I would only recommend actually doing this when you have at least one other warrior on your team. This does make Rexxar play a little bit more like a specialist, but I have a pretty damn good success rate with this. You're just constantly sending everything at the enemy team. If they focus on one activity, if they focus on, okay, let's team fight, you're constantly just barraging them in every other direction with mercenary camps, with bosses. And once again, these talents, Regeneration Master at level 1 is called Hunter Gatherer. Remember, this is bugged as of the time of this recording, and you have to be the one to pick up the regeneration globes. So it's not a bad idea to communicate that to your team. Easy Prey just increases our ability to farm mercenaries. Once again, Bird of Prey, same thing, just makes us better at getting mercenary camps. Bestial Wrath increases Misha's attack damage by 150% for 12 seconds. Wildfire Bear just makes her constantly do an AoE. It says 12 right now, but that scales up throughout the course of the game. This is great for clearing creep. If the enemy team has a Zagara, that was weird. Or if the enemy team has double stealthies, you can actually reveal the stealthies quite easily with this talent. Feign Death, just because it has a million uses and they're all really good. And Spirit Bond because it allows Misha to heal us when Bestial Wrath is active and allows her to deal more damage as well. There you go, guys. That's the jungle build. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.